So if we put Justus Lipsus into a Google search, we come to this fine website here. And I'll attempt to put the links to various websites below in the description box. So this gentleman, Stephen Jones, has examined quite extensively what the Watchtower Society has written in regard to Justus Lipsus and this particular illustration. He goes on to quote what we've just read, and he says in that paragraph, we'll try and zoom in a little bit. However, as we shall see, apart from showing in his book 3 times as many illustrations of crucifixion on a 2-beamed cross compared to a single-beamed stake, Lipsus actually states in his book that the Lord's cross was the traditional 2-beamed Roman cross, the cross immissa. So it is still deliberately misleading of the society not to point out this out to readers. Now, he goes on to say that he quotes from a book by a late ex-JW, Jan Grunewald, who went to the National Library in Melbourne. And this is what he writes. Bit too much. There we go. That's a bit better. The Crus Libra Primus. By quoting from this obscure source, the Society hoped their members would be able to discover for themselves what this book actually says. However, there is one here in Australia at the Victoria State Library in Melbourne. Copies concerning the relevant pages can be obtained by anyone through their own state library or local municipal library, for those not living in the state capitals. On the following pages, page 42 and 43, are the other pictures found in this book, which the Society neglected to tell its members about. They cite one picture, which seemed to uphold their position, and then said, "This is the manner in which Jesus was impaled," ignoring the fact that Lipsus believed, based on the evidence, that Jesus died on a cross. So here are some of the other pictures found in Justus Lipsus's work. There we see the other cross, the cross that's included in the books. But there's one where the as it says there in the writing, it appears to be Cupid with wings, bow, and quiver of arrows tied to a tree by the arms. There on the left, we see an illustration of true impalement, where the victim is made to sit in a sharpened stake. And to the right, we see a man nailed through each hand and foot in an X shape. Here we see a man nailed by each hand and both feet to a shaped 2-beamed cross made out of 2 round tree trunks. This is the first of 2 examples that Lipsus gives of the crux immissa, also known as the Roman or Latin cross. This is traditionally the shape of the cross on which Jesus was executed, because it best fits the biblical data of nail marks in his hands, where the nails, plural, were and above his head, not above his hands, they placed a written charge against him. There's the scriptures there.